Guys, Mark from parkflyers.com. Today we're taking another look at the Mini Maxx Ultimate. This is a custom car that we put together for customers, and we add a lot of upgraded parts to this Mini Maxx. It makes it drive a lot better than stock, and we noticed that there's a lot more people buying this now than ever. It is a good deal. It has upgrades that the Mini XRT does not have on it, so we're going to go through them, and we're going to also talk about how we improved it. There's a this is the new version of the Mini Maxx Ultimate combo. It's slightly changed from the previous original version. As standard practice here at Park Flyers, anytime I do custom kits, I'm always improving them. I don't mind admitting if I didn't do something the best way in the beginning, and I always seek to make them better and better. So the first thing that goes in the car is the heart of the car, which is the motor and speed control. It's the Velineon 3500 kV motor and speed control from Traxxas. We put that in the car. It adds a lot more power. It allows you to use a 3S battery, and then the car could hit speeds up to 60 miles an hour with the stock 22 pinion. Now, we did used to include the 22 tooth, and we realized it was causing the car to run a little warmer than we like, so we took that off the Ultimate package because we think it's fine with the 20 tooth, and we don't want to have people that live in hot climates overheating their cars, so we went back to the stock 20. Now, one thing I have to note, the stock hole on the car for the pinion position is the F mount. We believe that it is too tight, and it does cause the speed control to run hotter than it should. It causes a little binding. If you push the car and roll it forward, there's a lot of friction. So we went to the G hole, and there's no problem with going to the G hole. You're not going to strip any gears. It's just going to roll a lot more efficiently. There's going to be less resistance, and your speed control is going to be happier. It's going to also last longer. Your car is going to run probably a little bit quicker. It's going to accelerate faster. And like I said, it's just better for the car. So we move it as a courtesy to the customer. We move the pinion position to the G hole. If you own one of these, you want to do that just because the stock mesh is way too tight. The next thing we give the customer is a 3D custom printed ESC mounting plate where we put the Velineon onto. Then we have the Traxxas center differential. We install that. Center drive shaft in aluminum. The pinion gear that goes with all that. And then you have the Mini Maxx GTR Racing Shocks that add to the handling. They have titanium nitride shock shafts, more oil volume, better springs. They make the car handle so much better. We have the Mini Maxx Wide Arm Kit. It makes the car a lot wider, and it basically puts it up to the spec of a Mini XRT. The importance of both the GTR Shocks and the Wide Kit is essential. It is a completely different driving car. Now, the Wide Kit plus the GTR Shocks make the car run so much more stable that you really don't even need TSM any longer. Also, we add to this car the Traxxas. It's the rear differential with the bevel gears inside them. They're much better than the stock planetary gears. They're more durable, and they actually distribute the power more evenly and efficiently, and it's very essential that you put that just in the rear of the car. You don't need it in the front. The other thing that we just added to this car, brand new, in the new edition of the Ultimate package, is the HOT Racing front ring and pinion. Now, the number one broken part on this car when you upgrade it to brushless is the ring and pinion. The stock front ring and pinion is made out of a pot metal, and it shears right at the center point of that pinion. And too many people have been breaking this, so we just went with the HOT Racing set. It's made out of steel. It's actually a helical cut gear, so the gear is definitely more quiet when it runs. But more importantly, it's more efficient, and it's definitely more durable. So you're not going to break that gear if you put it in the front. Now, you might ask, why didn't we do it in the back? Because it doesn't need it, and we don't like to waste the customer's money. You do not need the rear HOT Racing steel ring and pinion, just the front. That's where they break. That's where we're seeing all the breakage. Overall, this is an awesome package. It has upgrades on it that the Mini XRT does not have. A lot of people are more prone to like the Mini Maxx monster truck look over the XRT just because they like the stance, they like the wheels, and the overall package just appeals more to them. We're seeing a lot more people buy this than the Mini XRT. Another thing I want to re-mention and remind you is we took these the wheels and we reversed them. So we put the front wheels in the back. As you know, these are two different compounds, and they're very smart for doing that, but we believe that the harder compound should go in the back. This way the car doesn't pull up and do premature wheelies, especially with all that added power. It'll lift up a dot with this, and then it just takes off. If you have the stickier rubber in the back, it just flips over. It really feels cumbersome, and it's not drivable. So trust me, It's a free upgrade. We do it here when we set up the Ultimate for you. We put the harder compounds in the back. It is a big deal. This customer chose the optional light kit. Very, very nice. It has front and rear lights. It goes, works off a little junction box. Everything plugs into it, including the underglow lights, which are in matching body color green. Overall, the overall effect is great. We ran this type of setup in the snow this past year, and nothing shorted. It was pretty cool. We had all these lights, including the underglow. We ran it in snow. The snow was sitting on the car after we ran it. We thought it was going to short out at least one of the lights, and nothing went bad. I have to tell you, it's very hard to fathom how they're just making such, I guess, water-resistant or waterproof light sets, and they're putting them with these kits. I guess that's what you get from making everything in Taiwan. The quality is just a little bit better than the Chinese stuff. There's no way a Chinese car would be able to, have the same type of quality as this. This car is awesome to drive. Like I said, it's selling like hotcakes. People are placing I'm getting a couple orders a week for these, and people are really enjoying them. I'm getting emails from customers that they're enjoying it, that they love it. The feedback is fantastic on this. If you guys want one, you can email me at mark@parkflyers.com or call the 800 number, or just do a search on my website and type in Mini Maxx Ultimate, and you'll see a link for this. It's well worth the money. There's when you click add to cart, there's options to add the lights if you want to do that. If you have any custom requests, you can actually call me up and we'll help you get this. But if you do order the kit, we match the shocks automatically with the body color and also the wide arms as well. This is one of my favorite combos in green. I like the X-Maxx setup like this too, with the wide green arms and all the wide, all the colored shocks and everything with the body. This looks fantastic. It basically drives as good as it looks. I want to go over one more thing that's very, very important. Many people think it might be trivial, but it's actually a really big, very important. So in the stock Traxxas car, Traxxas wraps the antenna wire all the way around the receiver, and then they stuff it in the box, and they basically let the antenna stick out about that much. The problem with that is a car that goes this fast has really terrible range. The car runs out of range way too quickly, and it is a big detraction from enjoying the car. A lot of people will waste their money and buy a TSM radio, which it doesn't need. You don't have to go and spend more money. Just unravel the wire, buy a $2 part, I think it's $17.26 from Traxxas, and extend the antenna out of the body. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna add this to the Ultimate package at no cost. I'm just gonna put that in because if you're getting an Ultimate, or any Mini Maxx, you really want to have that range. This extends the range considerably, probably double. And it may not look the best. If you want, you could probably make a way to tuck it back here. You could drill a hole and tuck it in there, but you have to have the antenna sticking out of the body at least 12 inches. Otherwise, you're not going to get any range, especially on the TQ radio. The TQI radio has more range, but again, you're going to be limiting that range if that wire is wound around the receiver and in the box and hidden. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.